Hallo. Vielen Dank erstmal für die Einladung. Ich freue mich wirklich sehr, heute hier zu sein. Heute ist ja ein sehr interessanter und relevanter Austausch. Nicht nur für Sie hier in Südtirol, sondern auch für uns, die heute sprechen. Mir ist mittlerweile bewusst geworden, dass ich meinen Vortrag auch auf Deutsch hätte halten können, mache es aber nicht. Somit muss ich mich nicht alle 2 Minuten für meine deutsche Grammatik entschuldigen. My name is Alexandra von Schantz, and today I'll try to give you an autonomous perspective of experiencing dual citizenship with the quest to protect minorities. I'll start by introducing myself and give you an insight to my life as a Swedish-speaking Finn that grew up in Germany, Frankfurt, and studied in England. And yes, more importantly, I'll explain to you from a real-life perspective and as a EU citizen what it is. I'll explain to you from a real-life perspective and as a citizen of the EU that dual citizenship, especially with a means to protect a minority, actually works. I'm a Swedish-speaking Finn and was born in Helsinki. I attended school in Germany, both in German, and I went to an international school. I went to university in England where I studied psychology and psychosocial studies. And the psychosocial aspect of my degree taught me to see in theory how the individual adapts to society, and more importantly, how society can adapt to the needs of the individual. In 2012, I moved to Åland, mainly to experience myself what it is like to live in Finland, as I grew up in Germany. My whole life, I have lived as a Swedish-speaking Finn outside of Finland, and have therefore been part of something I call a double minority. Besides my family, I only knew of a few other Swedish-speaking Finnish families in Frankfurt. And as a Swedish-speaking Finn, I belong to a minority within Finland, and outside of Finland, this minority is even rarer. I grew up in an international setting, and as I grew older, the importance of defining my background to people around me grew significantly. The concept of explaining who I am is mainly based on information regarding my country and its history, and thus it becomes an explanation of where I am from. In an ever-changing world which is based on globalization, I believe that maintaining the identity of minorities and protecting their backgrounds with the quest to uphold traditions and customs, especially in 2015, is more than ever the key to building a strong foundation of a country. I'll proceed with giving you some information regarding Finland and Åland. And Finland is a bilingual country where roughly 5 to 6% of the population speaks Swedish as a mother tongue. Åland, the island between Sweden and Finland, is a region of Finland and is more importantly known as an autonomous island. In 1856, after the Crimean War, the Åland Island was declared demilitarized and in 1921 neutralized. Åland was granted extensive autonomy in 1920 by the Parliament of Finland, and it is by law the only monolingually Swedish-speaking region in Finland. Being autonomous means that we, Åland, are part of Finland, but we are self-governing. And for as long as we know, Åland has spoken Swedish and has had a very similar culture to that of Sweden. Åland, as well as Finland, was part of the Swedish kingdom up to 1808-1809, when Sweden was forced to relinquish Finland and Åland to Russia. And according to the latest statistical data, the population of Åland is 28,916, whereof the large majority, which is 89% of the population, is Swedish-speaking. Language diversity exists, even though the population is linguistically homogeneous. There are over 50 different languages represented, and the 2012 official population statistics shows that 15% of the inhabitants of Åland had immigrated from 91 countries of origin. Most immigrants are from Sweden, and around 6% of the population have immigrated from outside of the Nordic countries. The countries of origin from outside the EU are mostly Thailand, Russia, Philippines, and the Iran. I must stress the fact that Åland is autonomous, but we are citizens of Finland, and therefore we need to act according to the Finnish law. In the following, I'll explain how obtaining citizenship within Finland and Åland is co-dependent, and I will conclude this by talking about dual citizenship in Finland and Åland. Obtaining citizenship in Finland. Finnish people can obtain their citizenship of Finland by birth, marriage of parents, or by adoption. This can be acquired by application to the authorities. Furthermore, Finnish citizenship is primarily based on the legal principle of jus sanguinis, which is the principle of national law, by which citizenship is not determined by place of birth, but rather by having one or both parents who are citizens of the state. Children at birth may be automatically be citizens if their parents have state citizenship. For example, my younger brother was born in Germany and got his Finnish citizenship at birth, according to the jus sanguinis, as my parents are both from Finland. He later on decided that he also wanted to become a German Staatsbürger, which was possible. So now he is an EU member that holds dual citizenship. Furthermore, you can acquire Finnish citizenship if you have lived long enough in Finland. Sufficient language knowledge is a must as well, and this may be Finnish, Swedish, or Finnish Sign Language. Obtaining citizenship in Åland. In order to obtain the Åland right of domicile, you first must obtain Finnish citizenship. People from the autonomous Finnish province of Åland have provincial right of domicile in addition to their Finnish national citizenship. On Åland, the right of domicile is called hembygdsrätt, which gives the people of Åland the right to buy property and own property by the sea, also to vote and be elected to the Åland parliament. And those that have the hembygdsrätt and have moved to Åland before the age of 12 are freed from the Finnish military service. The right of domicile by law is something which you can apply for after 5 years of residence on the island. You must prove sufficient knowledge of Swedish in order to obtain this. For example, I am a Finnish citizen, I speak Swedish, and I have lived on Åland for the past 3 years. So now I'm currently waiting to obtain this hembygdsrätt. At the moment, the people of Åland can lose their right of hembygdsrätt, their right of domicile, if they have lived outside of Åland for longer than 5 years. The government elections, though, are being held this weekend, just as we speak, so this may result in a change of the current law. And the main purpose of this hembygdsrätt is to protect the culture, identity of Åland, and the landscape features, which is one of the most important ingredients of the minority protection of the Åland self-governance. Last but not least, the purpose of the hembygdsrätt is to protect the Swedish language. I'll talk about dual citizenship within Finland and Åland. And from the 1st of June 2003, Finland accepts dual citizenship. This law enables you to acquire a foreign citizenship without losing your Finnish citizenship. However, if you search the Finnish law for information regarding dual citizenship, you will neither find information that states that it is possible, nor will you find information that states that it is not possible. With that said, Finland's Finland's Citizenship Convention takes a neutral stand regarding dual citizenship. The Finnish Migration Agency does not have any statistics regarding information about individuals holding dual citizenship. The Migration Agency also states that this kind of statistics and information is not something any other authorities will have. An indicative estimation regarding the number of individuals that hold another citizenship besides the Finnish can be obtained by taking a look at the National Bureau of Statistics. In 2014, the number of individuals that have both the Finnish citizenship and a foreign citizenship is roughly 63,350, which is 1.17% of the entire population of Finland. In 2014, OSUB, which is the Åland Bureau of Statistics, states that it is possible to have double citizenship. And with that said, on Åland there are 1,633 individuals, that is 6% of the Åland population, that have a double citizenship. A person that is a citizen of two countries, whereof one is Finland, counts in the statistical world as a Finnish citizen. And this counts for 1,622 individuals, whereof 1,236 are citizens of Sweden as well, and 386 are citizens of another country. Of these numbers, 11 individuals have foreign dual citizenship, which of none is Finnish, and 6 individuals are citizens of 3 countries. While Åland, as an autonomous part of Finland, has always been a minority, it seems to me that Åland's way of showing understanding to individuals within its society is by accepting the concept of dual citizenship, and therefore accepting their background and identity. I have a thought I want to share with you, and maybe you can think about it as well. My background within the psychosocial part of psychology, I'm interested in how people adapt to society and vice versa. So a thought on protecting minorities in regards to dual citizenship. There are minorities around the world asking for the possibility to be recognized as a group of individuals hoping to protect their identity. There are countries, as we have learned today, which recognize minorities and individuals of other origin and therefore enable and accept dual citizenship. Individuals of minorities will feel that their sense of self and identity will be more recognized and powerful, especially if the question of dual citizenship has been raised and accepted. Having said this, in an ever-changing modern world, we are faced with possibilities to help society and the so-called total institution adapt to the ever-growing needs of the individual that defines society. Adapting new possibilities is the sole purpose of strengthening the sense of identity and self. In a world where everything is temporary, one must see the total institution within its context. The total institution is the component of a country where all parts of the life of individuals under the institution are subordinated and dependent on the authorities of the organization. So seeing a country that has the privilege to be made up of a component we call minorities, we shall do anything to support and strengthen this component. In times of globalization and in the middle of change within political context, adaptability and flexibility is vital. Maintaining one's identity and upholding knowledge based on one's native background is of huge importance. Furthermore, it is important that we lay emphasis on letting citizens maintain and gain the right to dual citizenship, especially with the aim to protect a minority. And to finish off, I'm gonna give you some greetings from Axel Jonsson and Ålands Framtid. They want me to let you know that double citizenship is the key to accepting double identity. Thank you.